A single-page app revolves around the index page. That is why I have devoted this separate video to cover the index file. First, we will look at the included components and data sources. The browser component is required to filter the metadata from the JSON file that was described in the previous video. The JSON data source brings the data from the server to our app. It has an ID and a link to the JSON file. The data view returns one record that reflects the current view. The data source is our JSON data source, while the filter grabs the record with the same ID as the browser pathpaths property. To illustrate, we'll get the value of the pathpaths as we navigate our site. Here we see the problem that we are faced with when using the local host. When we turn to Docker, or if we use the remote as our target, we do not have that problem. At least now we know why we do not see the page titles when we are in localhost. The date and time data is used in the footer, where we show the year of the copyright. The dynamic value will change each year, keeping it current. The date and time has an ID, and the interval has been set at the largest unit, namely days. I will now reset our project by removing the section that contains the pathpaths and changing back to localhost. This brings us to the layout. As shown in the previous video, we have a document or app which includes a header, a main or content area, and a footer. The ID for the app is index, a name that was automatically inserted by Wappler. However, you can change this to whatever suits you better. Please keep in mind that Wappler uses this ID throughout your project. Any additional pages need to carry the same ID. The app root is normally assigned to the body. I have changed that to the HTML element because we are using dynamic variables for the page title and description. The site has a fav icon that resides in the assets folder. I will discuss these icons in the video that covers the progressive web app. The description gets a dynamic value obtained from the data view. The page title has a dynamic value. To assign this value, we need to go to the DOM panel. Under Dynamic Attributes, I have assigned the corresponding value from the data view. While in the DOM panel, choose the HTML tag to which we assign the app root. A class of H100 has been attached to this tag to ensure that the document shows over the full length of the viewable area. The same class has been added to the body tag, alongside dflex and flex column. The reason for this will become apparent when we go back into the App Structure panel and choose Main. There I have given the main element a class of FlexGrow1. This has the effect of giving the main element a height of all available space. This was made possible by making the body element a flex container. Deflex and assigning 100% height to both the HTML body and body tags. The available height for the main element is the total height of the browser window minus the heights of the header and footer. The result is that the footer has been demoted to the bottom of the window. As well as FlexGrow1, the main element has a top margin and padding. The header has been fixed to the top, as we will soon see. This means that the header has been taken out of the natural flow of the document. To compensate for this, we need to clear the height of the header with a margin top of 5. Then, to give us a bit of space at the top, we apply a top padding of 4. I hope all this makes sense. To keep this video as short as possible, I will discuss the header and footer in a future video. In the next video, I will discuss the progressive web app. Thank you for watching.